salutations to all the plebeians out there! My name is Tobias, and I shall be the one conducting this bit of claptrap. For this profile will be delving into the subjects I hold most dear: wealth, dignification, good manners, status, high society. Oh, they must be talking about me! Oh, heavens no, I don't want to bore you with my own exploits. You can read about them in my memoir. Now, the subject of today's pageant is a woman I am proud to call my peer. A woman who in Lilliputian frame is high society incarnate. A woman who reminds me of a young Angela Lansbury, pre-Murder, She Wrote. Making her grand entrance to the ball, Madame St. Paul of the La Belle France Institute of Martial Arts Dining!
If I may interject here...
No you don't! This is my production, you vile ruffian!
The viewing public can't take your screechy voice for 6-7 minutes. I'm taking over!
Mutiny! Ranma would have character profile mutiny!
This lanky, aristocratic lady is none other than Madame St. Paul, one of the smarmiest characters in the Ranma 1/2 universe. Every bit of her soul is simply stuck up. The way she dresses, the way she acts, the way she lives her life. In almost OCD fashion, everything around her must be perfect. Anything less would be an insult to her highbrow lifestyle. So few people out there she would dare refer as equals. She would quickly dismiss you or I as what's the word?
Battle trash! Pimmics! Proletariats! Vulgus! Riffraff! Like you!
Okay, I get it! She resides in a multi-level mansion on acres upon acres of expertly landscaped property, and she calls herself the keeper of the spoiled rich nobleman, French-born Picolet Chardin III. It would be easy to confuse her as the servant of Picolet, but in truth, they are equals. The two are a package deal, where one goes, the other follows, sharing a rather unique partnership. In an odd sort of way, Madame St. Paul acts as a surrogate mother to Picolet, but without all that caring and nurturing nonsense. St. Paul is cold, calculated, and all business. She provides many diverse services. She is a hostess, organizer, even sort of a right-hand man. But most importantly, she is a bridal instructor and personal trainer, inspecting with a keen eye all the concubines Monsieur Picolet would bring home. To be worthy of Picolet's hand is to be a master of martial arts dining, and to compete in this art, one must be part of the cultural elite. If some schmo off the street should try her hand in the art, that's where Madame St. Paul comes in. She is the ultimate master of perfection, and in her training she is a major ball buster, 10 times worse than a military drill sergeant. She puts all would-be brides through rigorous tests of poise, and she will wring those wannabes flat if God forbid a single hair is out of place, or step is out of step. If you dare drop a crumb, expect a throbbing lump on the head from this abusive mentor. You better do good by her though, for when it comes time to face her champion, she will be the one watching you from the sidelines, assessing and grading your every move. With a silent, evil glee, she hopes you'll slip up. It would be insulting to her if you were to succeed, for anyone outside their circle is deemed as a commoner, and they could never dare be on their level. With Picolet's stunning good looks and fat pockets, he has brought home a lion's share of hot dames, but, according to Mademoiselle St. Paul, none are perfect enough to call themselves Miss Chardin.
Oh, look at her! How exquisite that Elizabethan savoir-faire! Her sheer refinement, and I love that forked beehive! Where do you get your hair done, may I ask?
Why are you wearing sunglasses now?
Well, these video clips are a touch brighter than usual, don't you think?
Actually, Tobias, you have a point there. I don't know why that is. Anyway, one might ponder how Picolet Chardin got so filthy rich in the first place. Well, he happens to be the master of the La Belle France School of Martial Arts Dining, passed down from 3 generations of the Chardin family, and of which Madame St. Paul is also a key member. But before you go envisioning this uppity schoolmarm kicking ass with fancy fighting maneuvers, let me burst that bubble. Martial arts dining is not about hand-to-hand combat. It is, truthfully, a unique way of life. one which upholds all Madame St. Paul's ideals of style, grace, beauty, and order. And their squared circle is not a ring, but rather a table, a dining room table. Through extreme sleight-of-hand techniques interspersed with martial arts, the adversaries are to ingest a full-course meal, complete with appetizer, soup, salad, and dessert, as fast as possible, as neat as possible, and with judges watching intently. Do it all without moving the lips. Impossible? So it would seem.
I can do it!
You can?
Indeed! Feast your eyes! Gramercy to you, kind sir.
To accomplish this task, one must move beyond ninja speed, perhaps closer to the speed of light. Ofttimes their speed would radiate light. Not only must one possess this speed in the hands, but in the lips, mouth, and esophagus, and that's the tricky part. But even though Madame St. Paul and her stallion Picolet have trained tirelessly to perfect their craft, they have a leg up on the competition. They can do this.
Ow, how sublime the size of the bush! I would wager they could shovel in a most ostentatious fill!
It's disgusting, Tobias. Who could say what it is? Is it a birth defect? The result of non-stop tugging and pulling? Are they crossbred with some kind of big-mouthed animal?
It's called having a little class you wouldn't understand.
Anyway, it just so happens Madame St. Paul and Picolet are descended from a long line of HR Puffenstuffs, all experts in martial arts dining, and these freaks, these smug, self-important slogs like to invite each other to these grandiose promenades to show off their stomach-turning skills to one another. It's a horrifying sight to the ill-prepared.
You just don't get it, and you never will, my young hoi polloi.
And that is about all that can be said about Madame St. Paul, her sire Picolet, and the La Belle France School of Martial Arts. Whose side is she on, pray tell? Is she good or evil? Is she a horrible person, or is she just misunderstood? The world may never know. I'd like to say that I would label myself as a commoner, middle class if you will, and I think it's only natural for we commoners to look at these rich aristocrat types and snicker, to say, what did they do to deserve all that money? Why couldn't I be born into such affluence, earning not a dime of it? Well, that's easy to say and all, but you really can't say that about Madame St. Paul. To obtain her position, she worked diligently. She mastered a nigh unmasterable art. And can you do this with your mouth? Like it or not, that's talent. And with her champion, the young buck Picolet Chardin, the two are well deserving of their thrones, looking down upon the deplorable peons like ants and giggling at their misfortune. And, to put the explanation point on this whole spiel,
she is ingenious. She is sassy. She would not fraternize with paupers and destitutes. She is the spirit of martial arts dining. Prepare her stagecoach. Roll out the red carpet for her delicate designer shoes. And bow your heads in awe-filled reverence. All hail Madame St. Paul!
how was that, Tobias? It's pretty good, huh?
You are not one of us.
This has been a Ranma 1/2 character profile.
And an extra special thanks go out to Genie Blue for usage of the Tobias character.
On for the birds!